So the idea first is you have to first create the quiz, and then when you have the quiz, you create questions and you add the questions to the quiz. So the first thing you want to do to create the quiz is you go to the function that adds an activity or resource. Click on that and you look for the quiz function, which is middle of the page, and add, and then it'll take you to the page where you can configure. So, and there are some things that you have to enter and others that you don't have to, like for instance you have to enter the name. So we'll do midterm essay, and then you can put a description, but you don't have to, and then the timing, of course, this is what's important here. So you can control when the quiz will be open and when it will end. So you control with the date and the time. So here I'm just going to make it available for 1 day, and then the time limit, which is how long students will have once they start taking the quiz. So I'm going to enable this and do 60 minutes, for instance, when time expires. So the idea is that if they're still logged in after 60 minutes, it will submit whatever is there. But if not, then you can, if they are logged out, say for instance, you can then decide what's going to happen, meaning that it will submit automatically, or there's a grace period, or whatever. I think in this case I would just leave it to not worry about when time expires, because they will be at the computer. So if there's a problem with the you know, and they're gonna work on Word, so if there's a problem they'll save and then they'll just re-log in, you know, so I wouldn't worry about that. The grade, so if you have created a category already, you can just select the category that it's gonna go into. The attempts, allowed number of attempts, you can just leave it to 1. Afterwards, the layout. Some of these things are really based on if you had, say, 20 questions, would you want the 20 questions to appear at the same time, or would you want them to be on a different page? And this is where you would basically decide this. New page for every questions, or every 2 questions, or all the questions on the same page. But I think in this case, since it's one question, I don't think you have to worry about this. Let's see, and you know, all the other things, I don't really think you have to worry about this. So then you would go and do a save and return to course, and now you will see that on your home page you have the quiz, okay, the essay that we just created. So if you wanted to edit what we just edited, the settings in terms of the timing and all of that, you would do it through the edit button. But to configure the quiz itself and the questions in the quiz, you would click on the quiz itself, and then you just press the edit quiz button. And then this is where you can select questions and add questions, create questions, and all of that. So basically, you go to you look to the right, and there's a create question button, and you choose the type of question that you want, which in this case I think would be essay, and then do next. So then you have to enter the question name, which will be the title of the essay. So let's say midterm essay, right reactions to whatever. The default point, so that would be the point for this particular question, the number of points for this particular question. I'm assuming there's 1, and if it's out of 100, you would put 100. Feedback, again, you don't really have to worry about that. The input size, the input box size with the number of lines, it's really the lines that will be on the screen before it gives a you start having to use the scroll bar on the right. So really, I mean, it's just what they see. They can enter 2,500 lines, it would still work. It's just that it will scroll. So I think 15 is good, but you know, you could change it to 25 or whatever. And then I wouldn't worry about the rest. And then when you save this, you will see now that your question has appeared in the questions area. And if you click the 2 arrows pointing to the left, this will automatically add this to the quiz, and you will see that when the screen refreshes, then you have your question. And here the maximum grade was 10. We'll just make it 100, save it. And you will notice also, which is a little odd, but that there's no save button or whatever on this, so it saves as you go when you edit the quiz. And now if you go back to your main page, and let's see, and you do, for instance, a switch role to student, and I click on midterm essay, and it tells me that I have one allowed attempt, and the time limit is an hour, and it's telling me, prompting me to attempt the quiz, so I do, and it tells me that start attempt, and I'm starting, and there it goes, and I can start typing and pasting and everything, and you can see on the left that there's the time left that's shown. And when I'm done, I do next, and it's asking me to confirm that I want to submit or return to attempt. And then I just submit and finish.